Let's go on to the next one here. The truth about Chesa Bowden and San Francisco crime. This is an article about how San Francisco's district attorney, Chesa Bowden, is actually tough on crime, the opposite of what everybody knows. He's actually his parents are convicted terrorists. They were part of the Weather Underground. They killed some people. His dad's still in jail. His mom's now a professor at Columbia. Tells you a lot about Columbia, right? Anyway, this article is just trying to carry water for him, trying to explain that, he's actually tough on crime. He's facing a recall effort. So the Chronicle is tied in very closely to San Francisco politics. They basically just say whatever the mayor and his people want them to say. So, they're going to be carrying water for Chase Boat. The whole article is about how, like, don't believe your lying eyes. In fact, it's not that bad. It's doing fine. Um, you know, they try to claim that the data says that it's not actually a big deal, but they're comparing to 2020 when COVID was happening, and actually all crimes except violent crimes are way up, which you'd expect. Fewer opportunities for violent crime when there's fewer victims around. Anyway, let's just keep going down. There's a bunch of graphs. The only one that actually ends up mattering is the charging rates, which is kind of funny. Here we go. Let's see, San Francisco charging rates in the 50s and the 40s, whatever, sometimes in the 60s. They're like, oh, it's not that bad when you compare it to historical San Francisco district attorneys. Of course, the last district attorney was also a soft on crime guy, Gascon. He's in LA now, fucking up their deal. The same bad policies here. He brought him down there. Anyway, let's go ahead and compare it to Philadelphia, Chicago, and San Francisco. This is pretty much the only graph that matters. They're charging people in the 80s and the 90s. San Francisco, it's in the 50s. So, I don't care that the previous guy was also in the 50s. He was a shitbag too. So just kind of funny. You go over to CNN, they've got a whole article 16 hours ago about surging crime, drugs, and homelessness. So somebody's lying to you, right? It's either CNN that has no ties to Chesa Bowden or the Chronicle, which is in bed with him. So you can guess who's telling you the truth.